What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and we're unmuted now. It is good to have you with me in the lounge today. Today is going to be a fun day. But hey, if this is your first time to the lounge, then you know what? You just need to know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew, and all of us, all of this nerd family can get together and talk about the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you going in the morning, those are things that get you out and braving the cold or whatever in this winter season to go have some fun and try to perk yourself up at the end of this year, then hey, you found the right place. So please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you can be part of this growing group of nerds. All right, today we are doing our annual show. I'm going to bring in, of course, the rest of the family here. The lovely Tiff-Tastic. Oh, she's muted too. Oh, nah, you get out of here.
That was funny.
Yeah. Probably the last show of the year. I don't know. We may do something. I may do something else, but before the end of the year. But Tiff.
Yes.
It's the lovely Tiff-Tastic, and of course, next to her is
Isaac Juan Kenobi.
Yep. And so usually every year we do our big end of the year top 10 movies of the year. But we were just talking about it in backstage that, you know, there's independent films. Haven't seen a lot of films. Actually watched a lot of TV series this year.
I actually made a top 10 of what I binged in 2020.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that stuff. But we're not going to do it alone this year because we made a lot of friends this year. And so we decided to bring some friends along with us. Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome the highly esteemed, she's a great person to have on this specific show today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jonita Davis.
Hey.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. I like that shirt you got there.
Oh, thanks. Got to show my support, especially after all the news this week, you know?
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I knew something was coming, and I was just like, this morning, I was like, dang. Yes. That's awesome. So also with us tonight, we have everyone's favorite Brian, Master of None.
Yay.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Oh, I'm doing great. I just got off the stream with Ambassador. We were talking about Austin Powers. And I thought to myself, how long it's been since I've seen that movie.
Me too.
Yeah, but I love it, though.
Long time. Mike Myers, man. I tell you what, he was here and gone before we knew it. And
thanks, gold member. No.
Yeah. I mean, he's still alive, but you know, you just don't see Mike Myers anymore.
No, it's true.
But hey, that's awesome. And then of course we have everyone's favorite person to tease and give a little bit of a hard time to. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Zeeverfett.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
I just got one question for you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I make you randy?
Wow, the stream.
The chest hair, though. The chest hair.
So I don't know. There's a couple of ways that can go, right? Like, so you could either man, you could either say,
never rub another man's rhubarb.
Okay.
Out of words now.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about movies today and films that we've seen this year, our top 5, and then we're also going to give some honorable mentions, also to maybe extra ones. And I encourage everyone in the chat,
thank you,
to do the same. To put your top 5 films of the year, and let's talk about some of this stuff. So I am going actually to defer to our special guest, Jonita. Jonita, why don't you go ahead and tell us what your top 5 are?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I realized I'd be going first.
Yeah. you said you were ready to go. So you were
I
ready.
was. I mean, I okay. So these are the top 5. When I just voted for a couple of a critics association I'm a part of, and so this is the top 5 I submitted for them. It has this is my best of the studio because we did studio and indie.
Okay.
So you want me to get both or mix?
You know what? You can get both if you want. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so my top 5 of the studio is and I didn't put them in order. I had a hard time doing that. Yeah, you know what? Yes, I did put them in order. The 5 Bloods, One Night in Miami, News of the World, Invisible Man, and Palm Springs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I actually don't know if you guys have seen News of the World yet. I think it came out on Christmas. Tom Hanks, it's his newest one. Finds a young girl who was kidnapped from her home and raised by a Kiowa tribe, and he has to take her back to her people and has the hardest time doing it because most people don't want anything to do with her, and the ones who do want her for nefarious reasons. And yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
I heard about it, but I hadn't. Yeah. I didn't know when it came out.
Yeah, it came out on Christmas. So it's out there. It's really good.
Okay, cool. What is it on a streaming service? What would it be on?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think it was. Okay. I think it's on I think it may be on HBO Max. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Let me look it up real quick. And I can find it. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's my best studio. Independent. I liked the 40-year-old version. That's on Netflix. Miss Juneteenth. Infiltrators, Finding Ying Ying, and then Premature. Oh, did I say Premature? Yeah. So those are independents, and some of those you guys probably haven't seen at all.
No,
they're like guides on Amazon Prime and Netflix. So
sure.
If you run out of stuff on Amazon Prime and Netflix, those are some of the ones that are really good to come back to.
Cool.
I've seen the titles, I just haven't seen them.
Yeah. And I want to tell the panel, if you could put your list in the private chat, and then what we'll do is we will post that for everybody. So because one of the things that I like about this is we got a nice little cross section. We talk about movies all year long. We've been talking about films all year long, and obviously we talk about DC stuff a lot. But we're all big movie buffs. And if there's one thing that I know about the people who are on here, and even some of the ones that I invited who couldn't come today, is that we all really love films. And I think that this is also a good opportunity for us for films that we haven't seen that maybe we didn't even know of, and because it's just been a weird year. I mean, usually I'm on top of this stuff and I know everything that's coming out, but it's like now with stuff being deferred to some streaming services and things, you just don't know where to find everything. And so I think this would be a good opportunity for us to be able to share it amongst each other, and then also with everybody watching. So we'll definitely put that out there. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you. We'll talk a little bit. So if you had a favorite out of that, Jonita, what would your favorite be out of that, and why?
My favorite, I have 2 for favorites. I think one indie and one of the studios. Well, actually both of them are indie. 40-year-old. I love that. It's about Rhoda Blank. She wrote it. It's autobiographical almost, but it's fictionalized. She writes about going from becoming a playwright to a rapper. So it's almost like turning 40 and all that and trying to find a new career. And I turned 40 this year, so that one really resonated with me with everything she talked about. I'm like, it's happening to me. But she made it funny. So I really like that one. And then this one is a foreign film, Finding Ying Ying. It's it's a documentary about a missing Chinese woman who came here for school, and she disappeared. And the filmmaker, in the course of doing this documentary, actually ends up helping solve the crime. And this is like one of those true crimes. She kind of subverts the true crime genre by focusing on the victim, and she has very little killer, but in focusing on the victim, she helps the FBI uncover who the killer is. It's really a good story. It's on Netflix.
Oh wow. Well, that's awesome. Well, let's see. Well, also what I'm going to do is also, if you guys share your top five, obviously, we may not get into a lot of discussion, but it may bring up some that we miss along the way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly pick some that are in the chat as you guys give you. I saw some. Okay, so we're going to go to Thomas here. Thomas says his top five are Midnight Sky, Onward, Tenet, Bad Boys for Life, Soul. So you go. I have not seen Soul yet. There's a couple of movies that I wanted to see that I just haven't seen yet. That probably would be in my top five, but I just haven't seen them yet. So there's Thomas's. So make sure you guys keep sharing in the chat as we go along. Now we're gonna go ladies first. So Tiffany, why don't you tell us your top five of 2020 as we sat home and watched all kinds of stuff this year.
Yes. Well, one movie that I did want to add, but I couldn't technically add, I guess, was The Empire Strikes Back, because technically we saw it in the theater.
That's true.
With a bunch of awesome people, but
I think it counts.
Yeah. But it's not one that was brand new, but yet it was we made new friends. So my top five are probably going to be in an order that people would not agree with me, but number 5 would be Tenet.
Okay.
And number 4 would be Fat Man.
Ooh, yes.
That
Good
became
choice.
a very good new Christmas movie that I'm adding to my repertoire of what I'm going to watch every year.
With Elfman, Family Vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Polar Express.
All of those are going to be seen now. Number 3, I put as Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I wish we would have seen it in the theater, but maybe they'll have it, where they can bring it back around or something. And then to have the woman power, I guess, my number 2 is Birds of Prey.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love me my Harley Quinn. And it's not just the fact that it came out. We have watched this numerous times, and I plan on watching it a couple more times this weekend. My number 1 was Wonder Woman 84, because I like the story. I like, regardless of what the haters and what everyone else says, it is
Turbo.
but it is one of my favorite movies. I like the story. I like how it, just everything about it. And then I also did have honorable mentions, I haven't seen, but I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And that was only 3 of them. Was I had not seen New Mutants yet. That's one I do want to see. I do want to see The Way Back, which Isaac watched when we were on our way to Vegas this year.
Now, did that come out this year?
Yes, it did.
It did. Okay. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it came out this year or the end of last year. So yeah, okay.
And then the other one that I want to see, that I know you probably want to see, Enosh, because you made reference to it every time we've seen it on TV, is Let Him Go.
Yes.
Kevin Costner and Diane.
Too.
Those are 3 that I have not seen that I want to still see, and I still have a couple more days before the end of the year to try to get it in. And then if we did come back around, I do have 6 or 7 that I binged this year that I probably would not have been able to binge had we not had COVID. So.
All right. Well, you can. So if you have a favorite of those 5, you said your number 1 was Birds of Prey, or Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Is there any of those that you want to elaborate on, or you want to say what a little bit more about Wonder Woman? Why you loved it so much?
Well, honorable mentions I also had with Sonic and Freaky. Those were 2 good movies that I enjoyed. But Wonder Woman 84, I love Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot, or however you say her name. I love her. I love her version of it. I love the fact that that we have, the older, version and stuff like that. But I love what she brings to it. She has the kick butt, the sexy, the smart, she's timeless, no matter whether they're shooting her in World War I, 1984, wherever they're mascara, young, old, whatever.
Present day in BVS and Justice League.
Exactly. And I love everything about her. I love how they push the storyline. I love the explanation of Steve Trevor. I love everything that they brought to the table there, and I think that Patty Jenkins did a phenomenal job. So
cool. Now Landon is not on the show, but Landon submitted his top 5, and his top 5 are Tenet, Wonder Woman 84, Invisible Man, Birds of Prey, and his number 1 is Fat Man.
Nice.
Very nice.
It's a funny movie.
Yeah, it was.
It's on my list of like I need to check it out as soon as I can, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah.
Talk about my number one yet.
Yeah.
What was that, Isaac? Hey, Isaac, you might want to come a little bit closer because the microphone's not quite picking you up for the whole time.
I haven't seen anybody mention my number one yet for the year.
Ooh. Well, I look forward to hearing then what your number one is. Isaac, why don't you go ahead and since you're on screen, why don't you share with us your top 5?
Okay. So, because originally I thought we were doing the 10, so I have a handful of honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Freaky, Fat Man, and technically since it went to Disney Plus this year, I count Hamilton, Impractical Jokers, the movie, and then 84.
Yeah.
That's Red.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
And
seen
number 5 is Sonic the Hedgehog, because I really enjoyed that one, and I still do, like, even going back and watching it. Number 4 is Bill and Ted Face the Music. Number 3 is Birds of Prey. Number 2 is The Way Back. And number 1 is Onward.
Ooh, so
I like Onward. That was a good one.
Yeah, Onward is a good one.
Yeah. Now, Isaac, you being the gamer that you are, this was a year that actually I saw whole videos that people have done so far on YouTube talking about that they thought that it was interesting that in their opinion, because video game movies don't usually do well, they're very hit or miss.
excuse me, Super Mario Brothers.
Either really good or really bad.
That was a movie? Does that count? No, but seriously, like there's people actually that I've seen do videos talking about how they felt that Sonic as a comic, or I mean as a video game movie, actually outdid all the comic book movies in their opinion, because Sonic was done really well, you know, and I'm really glad that they went back and fixed Sonic's look. Because that
was at the end.
Yeah, it was a little jarring, but I really like that movie. So Isaac, what is it about Onward that's made it stand out to you above the rest?
I just love that this had like that adventure to it the whole time, and just also I also like stories a lot if I can relate to them. And normally, as you guys know, like movies, TV shows, I normally don't chirp with for those. I'm like, oh, it's just a movie or show. But at the end of that, like movie, it kind of like I could relate to the end of that movie, and it kind of had me tearing up a little bit at the end. And it still stuck with me. It's like one of my favorite movies all year long.
That's cool. Yeah, I have still yet to see Onward, so I'm looking forward to seeing Onward. Yeah, that and Soul. Those are like the 2 animated movies from this year that I've really been looking forward to. And just saying.
I actually want to see the Croods too, because I like the first one.
I forgot about that one.
It's so cute and so funny.
It's my youngest liked Buckle, or is it a belt?
It
was
was
little
Bell.
cloth that goes around. Yeah. There's more of those, and they have the cutest monkeys this time.
Aww. Okay. So we'll come back and maybe talk a little bit more. Ryan, so we know that you probably don't have a top 5 because you probably hated everything this year.
Everything was garbage.
Everything was, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. The cinematography, I think it was that sucked at everything that you saw this year, right?
Oh man, you know what? I love my middle third.
Just too bad for you that there wasn't a Star Wars movie that came out this year for you to hate it.
You know what? I'll just wrap that up with a Mandalorian season 2.
Sure you didn't like anything about that, baby Grogu just didn't do it for Ryan. But no, seriously, man, why don't you go ahead and tell us your top 5?
So I guess I'll start off with my honorable mentions, which would be Bill and Ted and Greyhound. I liked the Tom Hanks movie. I thought it was pretty cool. It was. I like the story. I like the time period. I like movies like that. It's kind of claustrophobic at times, but I mean it's pretty cool. I like what that movie was about. So, and then Bill and Ted, I liked it. I wish Keanu kept a beard because he looked really old. But I loved the interactions between Bill and Ted and the different versions of Bill and Ted throughout time. I thought that was interesting and fun. Everything else about the movie I could have done without. But the interactions with themselves were what made that movie for me fun. My top 5, number 5 is Wonder Woman 84. I dug the movie. I thought it was fun. It was good for what it was, and I gauge my movies on entertainment value. You know, would I watch it again? You know, would I buy it? Would I purchase it on Blu-ray? So yeah, I definitely would. Red Son Superman is another one that I liked it. You know, I thought, you know, maybe Batman in that in that movie was a little weak, but everything else I liked about it. I liked the Wonder Woman and you know, just their adaptation of the story was fun and unique. And it was cool that they actually, you know, that they committed to something like that. But what, as far as animated, what kind of won me over in that realm is Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Yeah. I thought that was a phenomenal ending to that series. And all the other, you know, animated, you know, things that, you know, like Superman, what was it that came out? Superman's Man of Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
And then Deathstroke, and the new styles, I don't really like them as much. The animated styles, and then the stories weren't as well thought out, you know, and executed as this movie here. And it really reminded me a lot of Zack Snyder's, you know, Justice League. I figured that what they did was they figured that his movie wasn't going to come out, so they took elements and they were like, well, it's not coming out, so those was pretty cool. Let's just put it in my movie.
That's interesting that you say that, because I noticed that too, actually, with Apocalypse War, because all these elements that we've heard talked about, it seems like over the last few years with the Snyder Cut, seemed to, like, there were just little bits and parts that you'd keep seeing in that movie. So you go, oh, that sounds a lot like what they were doing there. That's interesting. Yeah. Right. So I feel you. I was right there with you.
So I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if we saw pieces or bits or concepts in Zach's movie, because I believe it was taken from Zach, because they didn't think it was going to get made or finished. The next one for me is The Invisible Man. I thought that was a good movie. I liked it. It was suspenseful. It, you know, I like the technology that they tried to incorporate, the suit that he wore and all that, and how deranged he is. And so that was a fun, unique movie. And then lastly, I thought Tenet for me won the year, just because of, like you said, I love the aesthetics. I love I love time travel movies. So this for me was sort of like, kind of like Time Cop, or, you know, Back to the Future, or, you know, different, you know, elements, you know, kind of thrown in, like, you know, I'm starting the end of the movie at the beginning of the movie, and we're going to kind of meet at the middle and go backwards, you know, beyond that point or whatever. The story wasn't the greatest, but everything else around the story kept me interested in that. I would watch it again. So yeah, that's definitely, I definitely made it for me. So I thought that was great. And yeah, I guess another honorable mention is the Way Back, or The Way Batman, or The Way Back to Batman, because it just, for me, it looked like that was Ben's way back from the situation that he was in. Okay. And so I think it was very close to what he was going through in his life, and that made it easier for him to kind of use that as kind of therapy for an actor. So I did like that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, very, very, very good. I like the fact that you had you know, some of the animated movies that came out this year. The DC animated movies. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really good lineup. I love how everybody's are just a little different. You know, like, even though there's some movies that overlap, everybody's kind of taking from different sources, and I think that's pretty cool. Whoops. Yeah. Did I get rid of somebody, or did I accidentally?
Well, why does Tiff look like you? Tiff looks like Enosh right now.
What happened there?
We have double Enosh.
I think we lost Jonita. I think we lost Jonita. Is what happened. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, there.
All right. Well, hopefully Jonita comes back. We can have a little bit of talk at the end here. So Brian.
All right, so I'm kind of glad I went last, because as I was going over this today, I was like, you know, I really haven't seen any movies this year. So I want to start off by saying I think 2020 was really just a year of streaming, like, television style shows, like binge watching series. It's like Tiff's saying, like, I've done that more than I've watched movies this year.
Me too.
So, I didn't have 5, but now that I realized Sonic the Hedgehog came out in 2020, I was like, oh, hey, I got 5. So number 5 is Sonic the Hedgehog.
There you go.
I really like the movie. Can't say anything bad about it. My nephew's a huge Sonic fan, so he got the game downloaded on the Xbox, and he just goes nuts on that game. It's really fun because I grew up on Sonic, and I love playing Sonic 2. Like, that was my favorite game ever.
And Jim Carrey was Robotnik, so that was cool.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was Robotnik, dude, totally awesome. Then number 4 was Wonder Woman 84. I like the movie. It wasn't completely bad, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just middle of the road on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, had there been more movies that I saw this year, it might not have been in the top 5 kind of thing. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. I also liked Onward. I like the fact that it had Tom Holland and Chris Pratt in it. I like them doing the voice work in that movie. It was really good. And the whole thing about, you know, the magic and stuff like that. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it was really cool, like how they did it. And then no, this is going to be kind of out there, but I watched a documentary the other day. Number 2 is the Bee Gees documentary. It's called How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? And it's on HBO Max. I didn't know the Bee Gees started in the 60s, and they had hits in the 60s, 70s, and then in the 80s when they kind of got the disco backlash. Yeah, they started writing music. And they wrote "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion.
Really?
Yeah, I was blown away. I was like,
I mean, they wrote like "Islands in the Stream" that Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers sang. Mm-hmm. So I mean, a lot of really good music came from them.
Oh yeah, like Diana Ross songs and stuff like that. Like they wrote a lot of stuff. And I was so that one was right up there. And besides that, I love. Who doesn't like Saturday Night Fever? Honestly.
Heck yeah.
And number 1,
I always love our panels on the Poindexter Lounge because you always learn something, right? You always learn something that you didn't know before. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And then my all-time number 1 for this year, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special.
Whoa! Look at there with the controversial pick.
First off, loved it when Rey winked at the end of the little Star Wars thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, ha, take that. You know, people who didn't like Rey, I was like, yeah, get some. I love the fact that it was basically like an episode 10.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of carried on what story that we did have, and we got to see Rey training Finn to be a Jedi, which is really cool. And we never got to see that in the movies. It showed Poe Dameron is funny. I mean, I love the humor in it. The whole traveling through time kind of thing and seeing all the events of everything and then learning from those experiences. I thought that was great, man. It's something that done in a cartoon, I think was perfect. You know, had they done it in live action or something, people would just pick it the hell apart. But
people have already picked it apart, man. And like acted like it's canon, and that Rey that they used it as a way to just make Rey, you know, help Luke blow up the Death Star now and help, you know,
totally get her involved. And I thought that scene was funny too. Lands in the cockpit, let go. And then that's one thing that stuck with me, and I kind of think about it now. It's like, you know what? What's the first rule of the Jedi? To let go.
Yeah.
So it's like people who don't like it, let go. It's cool.
Just let go. Just let go. Absolutely.
And the first rule of the Jedi is you don't talk about Fight Club.
That's right.
You're mixing movies there, I think, a little bit.
That's Ryan for you.
And as for honorable mentions, I'm just going to mention some of the streaming stuff that I took part in. Yeah. Picard, I think it started in 19 and then moved into 20, but I'm going to count it as 20. Okay. I love Star Trek: The Next Generation, so watching Picard go forward was really cool for me. Also, Star Trek Discovery Season 3 just came out recently. Love it. Can't say anything bad about it right now. I love how they took the show into the future and kind of left what people were complaining about behind, you know, to give it a new beginning, which is really great for the show. And especially the whole third season Star Trek trope. Third season always gets better. So it's like, I think, you know, it's all positive. And then Lower Decks, I freaking love that show. Like 110%. It was funny.
Loved it.
It was such a great show. Like I can't say enough good about it. And then lastly, Mandalorian season 2. That was that caught me in the feels, especially at the end. Mm-hmm. I did tear up a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Be
But it
careful.
was on the cool stuff when he force choked the death trooper and it crushed like a can. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was like, poor Death Trooper.
I
Poor
was
Death
picturing
Trooper.
explosions and American flags and bald eagles. It was amazing.
He was crushing Star Wars Theory's heart.
Man
It was-
tears.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that the great choices, everybody. Great stuff. I want to read some of these now.
Enosh in the last week, but not usually ones that people would choose.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I love that.
Very weird, very historical documentaries, but not ones that are
Yeah,
more
we'll
controversial to people.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a second. So Ambassadorial Wing, his top 5 is Sonic the Hedgehog, New Mutants, Tenet, His Dark Materials, which is another series that we have not yet watched, and Raised by Wolves. Very good series there. Yeah, Raised by Wolves is really good. And then
I haven't watched many shows in 2020.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff right there. Just trying to make sure that my thing here jumped, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss anybody's. If I miss you guys, please let me know. Anna, what's up, Anna? Good to see you. Says my top 5 movies of this year: Birds of Prey, Superman, Red Sun, Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, Tenet, and I knew this one, Wonder Woman 1984. I knew she was gonna pick that.
We got a
No.
super chat though. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I see. I can see the picture of who gave it. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Say the name.
Well, that's the point of that super chat. That's what I love most. I'm just making sure I'm not missing.
I like
anybody
the concept.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't miss anybody. Okay. All right. So let me get down here. Good stuff, guys. And then I'll give you my top 5 here in just a second. Ryan says his number 5 was Sonic the Hedgehog, then Onward, Alive, Invisible Man, and Soul / Wolfwalkers. So he combined a couple there. Judy. Jacob Luddy. I'm sorry. I sound like I know it's like my chat thing is like going so fast. Like I saw Judy.
Thanks for your intro, Judy.
Sure, why not? I apologize. It says Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, Wonder Woman 1984, Invisible Man, Underwater, which I have not seen, and I just heard last night that deals possibly with Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
It's Cthulhu. But apparently he shows up. I don't know. I did not hear that because we were talking about last night.
Coon and Friends.
Yeah, Coon and Friends. Yeah, I don't know, man. I because we were asking that question last night. Like, why isn't there a really good Cthulhu movie? And somebody said, well, the movie wasn't good. Somebody said last night the movie Underwater wasn't good, but that Cthulhu does indeed.
Saying Cthulhu, and it sounds like you have a lisp.
Cthulhu.
What is okay, that name? I don't know what Underwater is, but I've heard Cthulhu. Oh goodness! Oh God! No, that's your favorite guy. Isn't that? And his little puppet, Harvey Cthulhu.
Well, he's got. Well, yeah, he's.
I had no idea what Cthulhu is when you said that. I was like, that sounds familiar.
But yeah,
like
Cthulhu,
elder
though,
god or something.
Yeah, he's like this demonic like god from the underworld. And he was created by. Was he created by H.P. Lovecraft?
Yes.
Like Davy Jones.
Yeah.
The monkey
on his face.
Yeah, he's like an underwater like god kind of thing, but it's like this like really creepy thing from like another dimension sort of deal.
Like animated or is it live action?
Oh no, it was originally a book. It was originally a book, and there was like a cult like set up to worship him. Yeah, and they did a whole arc with Cthulhu on South Park that was really funny actually. But no, the creature itself is like a really scary kind of hideous story about this cult that worships this otherworldly. He's like from another dimension or whatever, and basically he is an usher in supposedly of the end of the world. And it's I don't know all of this the story, but but he's like a giant sea creature. When Cloverfield came out, a lot of people thought that was going to be a Cthulhu movie.
Okay,
that's what they thought. Anchorman says my top 5 are Soul, Lego, Shazam, Justice League Apocalypse War, A Whisker Away, Phineas and Ferb movie.
I still have to see that.
Nice.
I have not seen the Phineas and Ferb movie.
I forgot about that one.
There's Perry.
Yeah.
Well, that was the hard thing, was like trying to figure out what movies came out in late 2019.
Mhm.
You know,
late 2019.
Yeah.
Like Shazam.
yeah, or like Spider-Man: Far From Home,
Oh yeah.
and Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. So it
It
was
seems like all that stuff is like so far away.
right?
You know.
I
was
know.
like, oh man,
I know. Okay. So now I have gotten to the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tom Hanks Ballsack 69. He. Best name ever. Best
Love
name.
it. I love it.
What I love about every time he
I
gives
loved
a
it in
super
Greyhound.
chat. I love every time he gives a super chat, not because he's just giving a super chat, but because like when somebody gives a super chat, you know, it is customary to read their name and then their comment. And so I love, because we'll be talking about stuff like, even if we're in the middle of something serious, all of a sudden here comes Tom Hanks Ballsack 69. He. With a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. You're awesome, man. Says mine would be top 5 for the year would be No Time to Die.
No, he said would be. So like movies that got pushed back.
Oh, would be. Oh, gotcha. Ooh,
That's why I was like, I like the concept. I like the concept.
Oh, I do like this concept a lot
I'm not
because
familiar with the last ones.
Oh, I like it. I don't know what Spiral is. No Time to Die is the James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong. Black Widow 4, which didn't they make that like in
Black
the
Widow
80s?
4? This is the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Did I say Black Widow 4?
Like, wow.
Well, they probably made 3 other movies.
Where's 1, 2, and 3?
Well, they probably made 3 movies already by the time we've been waiting for this movie to come out.
Pretty much.
Black Widow is number 4. Spiral is number 4. I'm sorry. Spiral is number 4. And then Free Guy, which, you know, I always forget about Free Guy, but that's with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, where he's in the video game. And he wakes up one day in the video game and realizes
I've seen that.
that he's part of the
he's
video
like
game.
walking around the city or something.
Yeah, and he realized
around him. Yeah,
because he was just a normal part of the video game, and he realizes that he is part of the video game, and so
he's an average, everyday, normal guy.
Yep, he's an average, everyday, normal guy. Lower Decks rule, absolutely. I love Lower Decks. Yeah, the Richard says Mando is the only series I had time to invest in. Oh, that's a bummer because man, there's so many good series. But I mean, Mando, if you're gonna invest,
do it, make it count. You know,
absolutely.
Man, I had some extra time on my hands this week, and I watched all 3 of the Hobbits and all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies.
No boy.
And that took up a weekend, I take it.
About 3 days. About 3 days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jacob says Sonic was the last movie that he saw in the theater. So so lots and lots of good stuff here. Barcelona says that hers is Invisible Man, Sonic, Lego Holiday Special, Soul, and Wonder Woman 64, and Birds of Prey.
I would love to see Wonder Woman 64.
Wonder Woman 64. Yeah, I think she meant 84, but you know.
84. That's when she came and met the Beatles. And ran on tour with them.
And Tristan, Tristan, if you could re-put yours in the chat, I will get to it. I saw yours, and when I went to go get to it, so our chat, if you could see what we see, it just disappeared, and I couldn't get to it anymore. So I apologize. I was going to bring that up. So Tristan, yeah, if you could put yours back in there, I would appreciate it, and I will definitely read your top 5 of the year. Let's see. The Moondog 74 says Greyhound, The Five Bloods, Ghosts of War, Blood Vessel, Justice League, Dark Apocalypse War. So I'm gonna have to go back through these because some of these movies I haven't even heard.
I want to mention some binged ones, but I don't want to take them away from you.
Yeah. Silence says Lovecraft Country is a Cthulhu-based series. I feel all kinds of ways about the show, though. That's what people keep telling me, but I didn't know that it was actually, like, people were telling me last night that it really didn't have much to do with Lovecraft. So I don't know. I keep hearing all these different things about the show. Yeah, you know, so I don't know. I keep hearing everything different. So I guess I'm just gonna have to watch the thing for myself and figure it out and see. I had Williams right here, and then I lost it because it disappeared. Where in the? Sometimes I really hate the way StreamYard just jumps like that. All right, William 20. What's up, William? Good to see you, buddy. Says Birds of Prey, Tenet, Sonic, Gentleman, and Soul.
I do want to watch Gentleman. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, yeah, see, Jacob says, excuse me, Judy is my grandmother's name. Nice.
Judy Ludi?
Singing Hey
That's
Judy.
her name? Judy Ludi? That's pretty cool. Like, it's like that one Adam Sandler movie. It's like, what was
Julia
it?
Julia?
Julia, yeah. That's why that funny for no reason.
Well, it depends upon which grandma it is. I mean, it may not be. Jacob says top for 2021 would be Godzilla versus Kong, The Suicide Squad, The Conjuring. We're going to do a whole show probably again on what we're looking forward to most. But yeah, this is a lot of what I'm looking forward to. Definitely. Here.
We got robbed list.
Right, the we got robbed list. I love it. Shifty Gism says films: Extraction, The Gentleman, The Devil All the Time, Soul, Underwater, and shows is Mando, Ozark, Better Call Saul, Miami Vice, seasons 1 through 5. You watched all of them. Wow, he's counting it. And Clone Wars season 7. Oh yeah, Clone Wars season 7. Oh my God! See, there's all these things that like
Clone Wars. Damn.
Yeah, right. You forget about all this stuff, right? And here's Tristan says Midnight Sky, Love and Monsters, The Boys season 2, yep, Invisible Man, and Vin Diesel's Bloodshot. So there you go. So all right, so we're all caught up. So I will give you now mine. Here are my top 5. First of all, my honorable mentions. Obviously, mine are not too artsy. You know, like I like a lot of pop culture fun stuff. I gotta give a shout out to Fantasy Island.
Oh yeah,
that movie was actually good. It wasn't cheesy like that. They played it straight up. They played it straight up as a horror movie, and I really liked it. It was really good. I was very impressed with the end, and I wouldn't mind seeing some more actually of Fantasy Island. I don't know if you could, but I definitely want to see some more if I could. We talked about movies we want to see. I definitely want to see Let Him Go.
Yes.
Got to see that movie with Ma and Pa Kent, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so here's a movie. It wasn't really that great, but it was fun to revisit, and that was Borat. It really wasn't that good. It really wasn't that good at all. But
there were some sequences that were funny.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that something that can be like really fresh and funny at one time, like sometimes you can go to the well too many times.
Yeah,
and I think there's just time has passed that by a little bit, and so
kind of weird.
Yeah. That's kind of why I wasn't really interested in watching it, because that humor, I don't find that kind of funny anymore. Like I did years ago, but it's like,
yeah.
Well, not only that, we quoted that movie to death. Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, the funniest part of the sequel had to have been the mating dance, and that was horrible.
Yeah. So here's something funny that happened. I got another window open with the actual video so that I can like see the chat and everything. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it unpaused, and I hear Poindexter Lounge, and I'm like, I didn't hit anything. What happened? All right. So here are my top 5. So obviously, the shows that we watched. I mean, my goodness, Raised by Wolves, excellent. Boys, we actually watched all of both season 1 and 2 this year. What was that, Tiff? Yeah, back to back. My goodness. I mean, Star Wars, Clone Wars, season 7. Yeah, The Mandalorian, obviously. Mandalorian's right. That's very cinematic. Tiffany and I just finished The Flight Attendant.
That was really good.
I got to tell you got to watch The Flight Attendant.
It's
It's so
quick
much
episodes, and it goes by quick.
if you're talking documentaries, guilty pleasure, you got to watch Tiger King at least once.
Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskins killed her husband, whacked him.
Beginning of the pandemic,
Right? Everybody watched Tiger King. Tiffany and I actually just watched another documentary series just this last week as well about Heaven's Gate.
Oh,
it's
I
on
watched
HBO
that.
Max.
That
Whoa,
one,
Dude.
insane. Like the last episode made my heart hurt, and then
Oh my
also
gosh.
the one with the snake preacher thing.
Oh yeah, what was that called? It was called.
I know what you're talking about, but I never.
I can't remember. It's on HBO Max as well. Alabama Snake.
Yes,
Alabama Snake.
that
That
was
was.
too. We
That's
watched
the
both of those
story.
back to back.
That's the story of a preacher who supposedly used a rattlesnake to try to murder his wife because he's like one of those snake handler preachers.
Oh, gotcha.
And-
Faith healer type deal.
Oh my gosh! And like tried to make it look like the snake just got her, like forced her apparently to put her hand in the thing with the snakes and stuff just to make it bite her. And like, oh my god, it was like when I was watching something like that, I was just thinking like this is like totally up Matt Jarbo's alley because he's like all into the true crime stuff, and it's just like, oh my gosh, man, I can't imagine like that would be. It's bad when you sit there and think, well, that'd be the way to do it if you were a snake handler preacher, like. And you're trying to kill your wife, like, oh well, she was handling the snake, and
But your wife should
I
know
told
what-
her to stay away from George.
she had a lack of faith, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The force wasn't strong with her.
no, it was not. All right, so here are my top 5 movies, though, of the year. I got to go number 5, Invisible Man. I did not think I was going to like the movie. A lot of fun. They actually did really, really well with the concept, I think. It was a really good, new, fresh take on that concept to use it with, that technology and everything. And the lady who was in that movie, whoa, she was really good in that film. I also liked her in The Kitchen. Remember, Tiffany, when we watched The Kitchen? That's a DC property, actually. But and I like The Kitchen, but that was last year. So number 4. Famously, a movie that I've talked about apparently a lot, so much that Lady Genevieve doesn't want to hear it anymore. Bill and Ted 3. And that's not a slam against Lady Genevieve. She just told me that, yes, I indeed talk about this a lot. I wish I would have seen it in the theater. I wish it could have been in the theater, but alas, it was not. And so it is my number 4. Number 3 would be Wonder Woman 84. I think that Wonder Woman 84, I've already gone on record saying I enjoyed it thoroughly. I don't have the hangups that a lot of people have with it.
You want to fight about it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Matt Jarbo still thinks he won. But oh well. Anyways, so Wonder Woman 84 is my third one. Number 2 is Birds of Prey. That movie gets way too much flack.
So it was my number 3.
Yeah, Birds of Prey gets way too much flack. Each time I watch it, I enjoy it a little bit more. And I enjoy the scenery of it a little bit more. I enjoy Harley a little bit more.
It has Obi-Wan in it.
I kind of wish that there's a couple of choices that they made in Birds of Prey that I wish that they would have done differently. Because I think that they homogenized Harley Quinn a little bit in the movie and made her a little bit too domestic and not the sexy, crazy.
She did make me want to try that egg sandwich, though.
She did. I gotta say, I've heard people
Good looking
complaining
egg
about
sandwich.
the egg. I'm sorry. I've heard people complaining about that egg sandwich. All I could think about watching that egg sandwich was, I want that egg
God, I
sandwich.
want one.
I want to know how it tastes.
I have to finish it. I haven't actually finished that movie.
Oh.
I got about 15, 20 minutes in, and I stopped. I don't.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I just
Yeah,
I
man.
feel kind of guilty about it, honestly.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have to do a watch party or something. I enjoy the film. I think that I look, you put Margot Robbie in as Harley Quinn, I'm going to be there, and so I'm definitely in there. And then my number one film of this year is Fat Man. I'm right there with Landon. I am right there with Landon. Like father, like son. I
love Mel Gibson is in that.
Fat Man was so good. Like I can't even express to you all how good I thought Fat Man was. I was so surprised. I thought, okay, well, here's going to be a Christmas movie that's like, oh yeah, and I get it. It's kind of cheeky, whatever. And but it turned out that it was so good. I mean, like, Mel Gibson, excellent as Santa Claus. The premise, like, and this is just the premise of the movie, so this doesn't give the movie away. But basically, Santa Claus is working for the government. He's taking money to build weapons at the North Pole. and because they got to make their money and stuff, and so the government is subsidizing Santa Claus and
the Elf Industrial Complex.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so funny. And so like he keeps going to the post office looking for a big check, and so they bring him into it, but then this really snot-nosed kid, that you just, oh my gosh, just a pain in the butt kid, and he. Like the type of kid that like literally hires a hitman to go after a girl who like won first place in the science fair, and he normally wins first place every year, and she got the blue ribbon and he got ticked off, and so he hires a hitman to like bring her in, and they threaten her. They put her feet in a bucket of water, and like they got a car battery and stuff, and they're like, nope, you're gonna go undo this or whatever, or you're gonna end up 6 feet under. And it's funny. It's such a good film. I really enjoyed it. And then, but he requests something from Santa, and Santa knows that the kid's absolute, an absolute jerk. And so Santa brings him coal, and this kid hires a hitman to go after Santa Claus. And I'm telling you what results is like Tarantino style, just fun. And so I'm really excited. I'm actually going to be interviewing the guys who made the movie, and so I'm so looking forward to that. I mean, to just find a movie like that and then really like it, and then just kind of have that drop into your lap. I mean, it was totally by accident that I got that interview set up. So yeah, so it's just really good. So that's my top 5. Darth Tasty in here says his top 5 is Onward, Wonder Woman 84, Birds of Prey, Tenet, and Empire Strikes Back. Don't care if it's 40 years old. It's the best thing I've seen in the theater in the last 41 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's a lot of movies that I saw for the first time in 2020. Like, a lot of the DC animated movies, I've never even seen them before. So it was like, I went back on HBO Max and I watched every one that was on there. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I saw V is for Vendetta for the first time in 2020 that I had never seen, thanks to Enosh.
Yeah, I forgot how Lord Elrond used the V word. Like all over the place. I was like, wow, I couldn't do that. That's amazing. What a talent.
Some of the shows that I actually binged that I never would have, besides the ones that Enosh had mentioned. We did watch The Flight Attendant this last week. We did watch Tiger King. And we talked about Lower Deck and The Boys. Yeah. But some shows that I actually got that I really loved that I got to binge this year was Queen's Gambit. And I actually really liked that one. I can't wait to see how they're going to do the next season. We did and we mentioned Raised by Wolves, but the other 2 shows that are older that I got to watch for the first time this year that became my 2 favorites was Schitt's Creek. I love Dan and Eugene Levy so much, and I love that show. And then also Mr. Robot, thanks to Scotty and Sophie. I have 2 episodes left, and they want to watch it with me, so I still have these 2 that I'm hoping to watch this weekend. But it just makes me love Rami Malek that much more than I already did in that show.
You know what show?
Later.
You know a show that I started watching that I've never watched before that like I've only seen like bits and parts episodes here and there, and I'm now in season 3. Reno 911.
Oh wow!
Boom, 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 bam. I love that show.
I'm like, you've never seen this? And he goes, no. And I'm like, it's hilarious.
I mean, I
live
know
in Reno.
I know it. I mean, I know it, and I'd seen it. And look, so here's the thing. I love it because I mean, like I had seen episodes of it, but I never really watched it like continuously, right? And so now I'm watching it like from start to finish. And here's the thing. I love it that, you know, most of the cast and like people who guest starred on it were from the comedy troupe, The State, which was my back in the 90s. They had a TV show on MTV that they did sketch comedy. That was the first reference that I ever heard of anybody like making fun of Aquaman, because they had a whole skit where like they all come in as the Super Friends and like Superman's leading the group, and he's just like, you Batman and Robin, you go, you know, take the bat jet and fly across to there and, you know, and uncover the, you know, whatever the doctor, what's his name's plan. And Wonder Woman, get in your invisible jet and fly, you know, over here and do this. Flash, run around the earth real fast and, you know, and find out what you can. All right. And I'll go take out the bad guy. And they all go, all right, let's go, Super Friends. And they start leaving, and Aquaman steps up and goes, excuse me, what do you want me to do? And Superman looks back at him and goes, oh, Aquaman. Yeah, well, why don't you go talk to some fish? And they all just start laughing. Like the entire Super Friends are like balled over laughing. And then that one automatically goes into another sketch, which is another one of my favorites of theirs, where they hunt Muppet. They hunt Muppet, like, but they hunt Muppet. It's actually a fine dining situation, like in somebody's home. It's like a really nice home or whatever. And it cuts to it because the Flash runs past this house and he's out of breath. It was actually Junior from Reno 911 plays the Flash. And so like he's like out of breath and he's holding his side and he keeps going. And so then it shows this really nice house and they go on the inside and they're eating this blue meat. And it's two couples and one of the guy or the woman looks at it and says, hey there, I have to ask, this was delicious. This was wonderful, but what is this blue meat? Is that fish? It's like, oh no, that's Muppet. And they're like, Muppet, you say? And they're like, well, yeah, George hunts them all the time, and it's best when it's fresh or something like that. And they're like, well, I didn't even know you could eat Muppet. And they're like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, I'll have to go Muppet hunting with you sometimes. well, we can do it right now. And he's like, right now? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, let me show you. So he goes over to the window, pulls open the window, and he's like, he kind of leans out the window. He's like, I sure wish somebody would help me learn my ABCs. And all of a sudden this green Muppet comes up and he's like, oh, well, hey, all you got to do is start with A, B. And then the guy grabs him by the neck and like twists his neck and starts like beating him around like on the ground and stuff. And so he's like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. He's like, yeah, man, it's so easy. And then the wife says, oh, but honey, that's a green one. Why don't you try for a red one this time? He's like, okay. And so he goes over, he says, and then the other guy says, wait a sec, can I try? He's like, well, absolutely. It's pretty easy. He's like, okay. So he goes over to the window and he's like, I sure wish somebody could help me tie my shoes. Nothing. I wish somebody would help me learn how to count to 10. There's nothing. He goes, I sure wish somebody would teach me the difference between near and far. And then all of a sudden, you remember Sweetums from the Muppet Show? The big guy, like so you hear this like crash, and all of a sudden the kitchen door like throws open, and it's like this big woolly monster Muppet, and he's standing there in the doorway of the kitchen, and he's like, near. They're all scared, and they're like, okay, now show us far. And then he turns around and walks out and is like, woo, that was a close one. It's like, you got to be careful when you're hunting Muppet. So I love The State. I always loved The State. I thought that they were really funny. So
also the whitest kids you know.
Oh, go ahead, Tiff.
The whitest kids you know.
Oh, whitest kids you know. Oh, heck yeah. Kids in the Hall. I love sketch comedy, man. I love all that stuff.
You gotta read what Darth Casey said.
Let me read Gillis's here real quick. First says Harley Quinn cartoon. Yes, we forgot all about the Harley Quinn cartoon. Oh my gosh. I mean, Titans. Was there Titans this year? That was Titans season?
No, that was last year.
Was that last year? Dang.
Yeah. We're still waiting on season 3.
Man. Umbrella Academy.
Oh, heck yeah.
Wonder Woman 84 says here Birds of Prey, Clone Wars, and Mandalorian season 2.
Those are good ones.
Those are very good ones. My thing skipped again. I got to go all the way back up here this is Shifty Gizm says crap. I forgot Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s final season. We just totally dropped out of that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fate.
Going through the listings on for Reno 911. I'm like, look at all these. Oh, hello.
How you doing, Dr. Fate?
I can do it.
Can't stop thinking about me. I don't know what this means. It says I can dispute your point of view, Poindexter Lounge. There was some new genius, and we witnessed the birth of a career in the young lady.
Huh?
I don't. I don't know.
He's got you there.
Pardon my son's silence.
I don't think you can refute that.
I don't think I can.
Obvious. I guess you're gonna have to take the L, Enosh.
I guess so. I'm sorry, the Richard. I love the Richard. I don't know. I do not know what that is. Anna loves The Flight Attendant. It was a good show.
Kaylee Cuoco was very much like Harley Quinn in that show with the swearing and the drinking.
Oh, okay. So maybe so same thing. There was some new genius, and we witnessed the birth of a career in the young lady regarding Borat 2.
Oh, okay. I mean, she was the best part of it.
Yeah, no, look, I'm not saying it was bad. When I say it was bad, it was so bad. I mean, obviously, it was in my honorable mentions, right? Because it was funny. I laughed. I definitely laughed. It wasn't. So I guess I should say it wasn't as surprising.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't as shock value as the first Borat. Darth Tasty says his TV list is Star Wars Clone Wars, His Dark Materials, which we still have to watch, Tiff. Snowpiercer, which I didn't, and Cobra Kai. I still have to start Cobra Kai. We haven't even started Cobra Kai, and Mando. Yeah, some good stuff. There's been a lot of entertainment, I will say, this year. Anna says, please do a Birds of Prey watch party. We might have to do that.
Mad TV got on HBO Max.
Mad TV's on HBO Max?
Yes. I'm like, what? I'm scrolling through. They got all of it. I'm like,
it's a whole
forward expectations. Tiffany and I do that.
What was it?
There's also another song that I made up about that, but I can't sing that.
Batman the musical.
We got to do Batman the musical. Is that on there?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it. But that was like one of my favorite skits. I've been like trying to find it forever. Actually, I want to. Have you seen the full length thing? Or it's like they're making fun of Joel Schumacher, and there is a whole musical. Oh, Batman the music. I just found it. I literally just found it a couple of weeks ago. It is a full length thing. We gotta watch it. It's on YouTube. It is so funny. Basically, it's Batman and Superman, some Dark Knight elements. He's got Robin. They actually are wearing colored underwear over their spandex and stuff. And Batman is singing and Superman singing. And all the villains are singing. And like the whole thing is just like the thing is. Gotham is like making fun of the fact that Batman has Robin because they say that it's made Batman lose his edge. Let's see. The Wrangler says The Leftovers on HBO is one of the greatest.
There was a TV show that I was watching. It was horrible, but I couldn't stop watching. It was called Evil. And it was about, just demonic stuff or whatever, but it was I just couldn't stop watching it for some reason. It was just so bad, but I was like, oh, I can't stop watching this thing. And then there was another series that I haven't finished, but I want to. It's called Ted Lasso. That one I couldn't get done. It was a football team in England, and this owner brings over this coach from America, a football coach, for American football, and brings him over, and she wants the team to lose and all that. And that was a fun series as well.
Hey, Ryan, can you read this comment?
Poindexter Lounge. I want to dip my balls in it.
Yes, that was another state skit where like this guy would come out. His whole thing was just literally to come out and he'd just come on camera and he'd be like, they called him the "I want to dip my balls in it" guy, because he would come out and he'd go, "Hey, Ryan, what do you got?" And then he would go like, "I've got some guacamole here." And he'd go, "I want to dip my balls in it." And be like, "Tiffany, what do you got?"
Orange juice.
"I want to dip my balls in it." Ryan, what you got?
Hot sauce.
Nothing. I don't hear hot sauce. I heard hot sauce. "I want to dip my ball," and then he would bring out. He literally had two little balls.
Yeah.
In his hands, and so like it was such a funny skit. Oh my gosh, the state was so.
Kind of reminds me of the Saturday Night Live. Like you put your weed in there.
You put your weed in there. Absolutely.
I thought he was going to say sweaty balls or dusty muffin.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you put your weed in there. That was that
one was funny. The Kylo Ren undercover boss skit. I like that.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still funny. Did you see the second one?
I did. I thought the first one was better because it was fresh. It's kind of like the Borat thing. It's like the joke is really funny the first time, but the second time it didn't have that same punch.
Yeah.
Utopia. What is that?
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Utopia.
Huh.
Let's see.
I did not see this. Hey, Enosh, I sent you a Matthew Lillard confirmed for the Snyder Cut.
Matthew Lillard? Why would Shaggy be in the Snyder Cut?
Man, I have not seen that.
Oh, it's got what's his face in it. John Cusack. I like Joan Cusack.
I want to dip my Cusack in it. Well, yeah, Holy Musical Batman. Yes, we've got to watch that together because that's funny. Anybody who's a Batman fan will just laugh at it. I mean, it's got Batman, Superman. It's got all the the heroes in it doing stupid fun stuff, and sweaty balls is a classic. Absolutely, lots of fun stuff. Well,
and
hey,
Dusty Muffin from Betty White.
Dusty Muffin, yeah. Betty White. I love Betty White. Absolutely. She's my girl. Anyways, well, hey, this was fun. Thank you guys for coming on and talking about some of our favorite movies and entertainment from this year. It's been as crazy as this year's been, it's still been good to be able to find some entertainment, find some things that have kept us busy and preoccupied, so to speak. And for a lot of us that were cooped up in our houses and quarantined at different times and everything, it's definitely good to be able to escape a little bit into the world of make believe.
Sorry.
We learned a lot this year. Stay away from crazy ladies who run tiger places.
Oh, we found out about the Justice League this year, or
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of big things this year. So
there really was. We found out about Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know what? We met a ton of friends. You guys, man, and
we call family.
Absolutely.
I love you guys, man. That's great.
And then all of you guys in the chat, you're our nerd family, and so we're very very grateful for all of you, and we thank. And you know what? One of the best things that we learned about that we didn't know about before,
What's
the
that?
lunch trench.
All over town, people are talking about the lunch trench. It's the ditch where you can eat your food.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
Oh, that's great.
He's like, what am I watching?
Yeah, it's the lunch stretch. Well, then there's always.
I've been thinking about blowing up my toaster, but then I would make my bread hot and hard at the same time.
That one either? He hasn't seen that one either.
Yay! We broke Isaac in. A little bit.
You even had a whole show where you interviewed that guy. You haven't seen that one either.
I did. I had a whole episode.
Yeah, he was on the show.
A whole episode with Jordan. That's so funny. That's so funny. This is what speaking of fictional things.
Let's go take a tour of the aisle, shall we? They got loud bologna, dog eggs, and a jar of celery farts, bicycle meat, swamp butter, and a hummingbird that's bigger than you, chocolate photographs, reverse watermelon, roast beef that zaps you when you touch it, secret peanuts, divorced carrots, then the stuff inside of balloons. The stuff inside of balloons. They've got a fictional aisle. Fictional aisle. Filled with fictional food. Fictional a can of green cans and a panic jam. A box of rice, but the box is a goose. The goose is alive. A fictional aisle. Don't eat the goose. Filled with fictional food. Recycle the goose. A kilometer of fruit by the foot and some noodles made out of the moon. You've reached the end of the aisle and you take a look back. To your surprise, the aisle now says factual items. Reason being, you saw the aisle, and seeing is believing. But how could it have been fictional beforehand when we, the narrators, claim to have seen it in the first place? Simple. We aren't real. Well, we weren't until you saw us. And now we are real. All because of you. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for making us real.
Always a favorite.
Well, I like it because it's like the video has nothing to do with the song, really.
Right.
A jar of celery farts.
Yes.
It's just dudes in a pool. Drinking in a pool.
I can't remember if it's Tony or T.W. McKay who loves divorced carrots the most because it says each sold separately. Yeah. It's fun.
Here are the fruits that I'm afraid to eat. Dragon fruits, durians, rambutans, bananas. And here are the fruits I'm not afraid to eat. Apples, plums, grapes, green apples. We got a Batman leg in the street. They dismembered the Dark Knight. So girl, let's do some crime tonight. Yeah.
I just want Dawson to be like, yeah.
It would go platinum.
It would. I think I would bet everything on that. Like I would put everything on it. But one thing.
No way. I will give you all my Star Wars guys if it is. Wait. Except Boba Fett. No matter how sure I am, I never risk the Fett man.
Take that bet. And Gene Hackman is part of the deal.
Never.
no, Gene Hackman can't be part of the deal either. No. Oh my gosh. Well, hey guys.
HBO Max has Space Ghost and The Brack Show.
Space Ghost.
No,
Ghost.
Happy New Year.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Trying to
Well,
review, I was looking
screenwriting.
through it. I was like, wow, there's so much good stuff on HBO Max right now.
You know what? I gotta say this.
In my big old pickup truck.
There's a pickup truck. I saw this day. No. So on my way home, I ran at Speedway. And I pulled into this truck like right next to me, and I looked over, and I was like, "There's something not right about this truck." And I look back, and the bed is completely gone, and all they have is this giant just piece of plywood that they strap everything down onto.
Oh.
And I'm like, don't know how it works, but it works.
Only in Flint.
There is something about HBO Max. I will say, like, I've realized that there is a lot of quality there with HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Some high quality H2O.
There's some good quality actually with H2O.
That's some high quality H2O.
You know what I meant.
Water sucks.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So I do want to let everybody know, if you missed it yesterday, we were able to tally up everything that we made in super chats from the Ray Fisher interview. And so yesterday we made a donation to the AFSP for $225. And we're actually going to probably have another donation once all the things come back for the brick. Now, I don't have a finished look of what the brick is, but I've got the initial, so I can show you what it's going to say. I don't have when you do it, they don't, because they put the whatever logo you pick, they put it on afterwards. So, but they just show you kind of a mock-up of what it might look like. So it's actually going to have the Superman S from Man of Steel. And then it's going to have this, which it will say, if you seek his monument, look around you to the family of Zach and Deborah Snyder, the Poindexter Lounge, and your many associate producers. So that is something we have to look forward to. And we'll make a trip down there and take a picture of it. And
maybe he won't have a mask on.
Yeah, maybe we won't have to have a mask. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Superman had a mask when we were
there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Superman did have a mask on when we went down there last time. There it was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll look something like this big brick right here, but with the correct S on it.
I'm gonna have to save my money.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Are you looking at his S?
Yes, I was looking at his S.
Dirty.
I imagine plane tickets will probably be pretty cheap.
I got 3 S's there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. It's thrice S's.
Thrices. Oh my gosh. Well, hey guys, thank you guys for being on. I appreciate you all. Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are fantastic as always. We always love to have fun with you guys. And Enosh does provide celery farts on the Nicotina show.
He's got proof.
Just one of our many free services here at the Poindexter Lounge.
Yeah, I heard about the fart on the Nicotina show.
Did you hear about the fart on the Nicotina show?
The double fart, yeah.
Did you hear it though?
Yeah, I heard it. That was pretty flatulent.
Well, if you didn't hear it, and it was little at that.
So bad. I told him, Matt, that he should have wore these last night when he was having his war with you.
Yeah. I mean, it would only cover his pain from losing so bad.
Sorry, this was the only pain that Matt Jarbo gave me. Is a little bit of gas here. There it was. And it was little at that.
Did you just fart on a live stream into the mic? You farted.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
Just do it again. So.
I'm sorry, I've seen it a million times now. I've seen it a million times, and it still cracks me up every time.
Man,
that's kind of what we need to do now.
Get a super chat from a super fart.
A super fart.
Super fart. It's super fart. Oh my gosh, I think I've single-handedly tried to just take down Nicotina's show the last 2 nights. I farted one night. Last night it was so funny. I mooned him in the backstage.
You mooned? He didn't tell me that.
We're excited.
They were giving me a hard time, and I got up and I started dancing. And I was thrusting and doing all this stuff. And so he took me out and put me in the chat. And he's just talking because he was trying to finish the show and we weren't letting it finish the show. And so he puts me in the back room and I turn around and I mooned him. And he just stopped. He was just like, Enosh. Enosh. Yeah.
Oh man!
Wow.
I go to bed too early, guys. Jeez.
I know. I can never.
I told him. I said, man, told him, I said, Andre, you get 4:35 in the morning, Enosh. He's like, so there you go. Oh my gosh.
Apparently 4:35 in the morning, Enosh is the dark side of the moon.
Yeah. There ain't nothing dark about it. It's as white as white can be. But no, I love it, man. I love Andre's face when I did that. Because he's just like, did you just fart?
Yeah, I was like, what? His reaction was priceless.
Rocking one leg. Jealous.
Oh, it was so funny.
And the second one that was away from the mic was actually louder than the first one that was closer to the mic.
I know. The second one was better because I had gotten up and stuff, and then I sat back down and I had the mic like right here, and I was just like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've muted a few times. You know, I've muted a few times. You know, you're sitting here for 3 hours. What are you gonna do?
Right?
Let her rip.
Oh my gosh! So some of these long streams, man, and like, you know, I'm drinking a coffee, I'm drinking something, and it's like I get in hour 3, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta pee, I gotta do something. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here, and I can't. And it's like 2 more hours later, and it's like when I'm done, I spend like 5 minutes in the restroom. I'm like Tom Hanks in The League of Their Own. Just stand there for like 5 minutes at 5 in the morning.
Like Austin Powers when he gets defrosted.
Right.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. It's so much fun. All right. Well, hey, this year's almost done. We got a whole What's funny?
The Richard just said we started suggesting baby wipes.
Yeah. It was possible. I tried to do it again and I couldn't. So I was like, oh, we better not push there. I said it was prairie dogging.
And one step too far, but Austin Powers knows all about the long streams.
One step too far says, okay, Mike Zero sounds pretty good right now, actually.
Thanks
funny.
so very much for the kind support, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Enosh farts are for the creek only. Oh my gosh.
Hey, then you need to sing the song from New Brian.
Oh, okay. So what was so funny was Dawson's Creek theme was playing at Anthony's work today.
Oh,
over the PA. He recorded it and sent it to our 4-nerd chat, and he was like, "I just can't escape this thing."
That's awesome.
Isaac is
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of cool. Isaac was in. What were you in the drive-through for McDonald's or something?
Oh yeah. It was like Sunday night or something. When did I start? Let me look.
He was in the drive-through one night this last week, and all of a sudden, like he texts us. He's like, "I hear Waking Vegas playing on somebody's car stereo." So my band, somebody was playing my band's album. Yeah, like loud in the drive-through.
Lumping it. Oh hell yeah, dude.
Heck yeah!
Well, I heard you guys' voices, and I looked back, and I was like, "There's 2 trucks behind me, and none of you guys drive trucks."
Well, this is awesome. Yeah, I'd love Tom Hanks Ballsack 69. He. I would love for you to drop in sometime and talk to us in real time, and then also the Richard said that he'd be willing to come in after the first of the year. So I think that's awesome. New friends,
awesome.
old friends, but
some new
the more the merrier, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely, the more the merrier.
And you can sing "I Like Farts."
Oh, I like farts. Oh, I like farts. Big
I'm
farts, small.
just gonna say that sometimes they're good. You know, they're refreshing.
Oh, they feel so good.
But
They feel so good. All that pressure.
Oh yeah, just
to release. Oh yeah.
Living in a house with 4 boys and 2 dogs, and everyone talking about how they like their brand.
dogs are.
I'm sorry, that's.
I don't remember eating corn.
I love that bastard. Get in my belly. Now I want to watch Austin Powers.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, as soon as I got off his stream, I'm like, I gotta watch Austin Powers.
Nice.
It's going down.
Wee little man, you look like a baby.
Oh, it started off on a high point. The first one was great. The second one and then the third one was just like.
Yeah. Well, Beyonce kind of made that not so good.
Oh,
well, Goober, you guys, everybody is always welcome. Here when I put in the links or whatever for you guys to come in. So yeah,
just have a Truman Show day where you can just let everyone come in at different times.
Well, I do call-in shows every once in a while, and that's what we do. So
all of us are sleeping, and apparently when you're farting.
Well, that was on Nicotina's show.
People.
Well, that's like the after midnight. Go let it all hang out.
Absolutely.
I love that song too.
This is a good question from Jacob. Says, why is it Tales from the Crypt on
I
HBO Max?
I saw that. That is like I missed that, and those puns from the old creepy dude.
Crypt Keeper. Yeah.
They used to scare the crap out of me when I was a kid.
I know, but I could not watch them. That was my
I eat because I'm fat. I'm fat.
Because I eat.
I got more chins than a Chinese phone book.
It's a Chinese restaurant.
You know what the worst part of eating out is when you don't know where to pay.
Man, that was great, but I think that pancake stack could have been a little bigger. Are you kidding? I'm stuffed. Actually, I have to go. Do you remember if you pay here or do you go up to the desk? Here at Breakfast Diner Chain, you'll never know where to pay.
So I just give exact change with a little bit of a tip and I walk away.
You just walk right away. Walk right away.
Well, good luck getting your ticket.
Yeah, right.
No ticket.
Here's actual footage of Brian's wait staff coming like checking out and seeing that he didn't quite leave enough money and try to track him down.
Where? When?
Oh!
That's right. They'll call me the Breeze.
Oh man. All right. Well, hey guys, thanks to everyone who was on the stream tonight. Thanks to Janita Davis who popped in here and gave us some time and shared with us her movies. I look forward to going back in here and like looking at everybody's picks and stuff, and hopefully seeing some movies that I didn't see, and hopefully you guys do the same. Absolutely. Hopefully you guys do the same. I don't think that I dropped my top 5 in there. I think I dropped everybody else's. Yeah, I think I put everybody else's in there. So
I want my baby back, baby.
I want my baby back, baby.
I was reading what Darth Tasty said. Apparently, I missed that one.
What did Darth Tasty say?
And I love the name Shaggy Melons. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, Shaggy Melons is awesome. That's Ray. That's Ray. I met her on Max's stream the other night, and she was awesome. She was awesome. She came in there with me, and we were putting the smackdown together, talking about this theater thing and stuff, and yeah.
No, you changed my mind. You know what it did? It reminded me of when I used to go like when I saw Step Brothers in the theaters. Everybody was laughing, and
I love that. That was actually just what I was watching while I was finishing my dinner before we came on the stream today.
And it's something to be said about everybody laughing together. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so I give you that.
Yeah, it may not be a rom-com, but it's a comedy.
No, it's true. And I think one of the last movies I saw was Daddy's Home. It was like,
yes,
I had a gift card to burn, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch this, and then I actually enjoyed it. So I was like,
so we haven't done a video about this yet, but look forward to a video about this. I wouldn't bet on it. Wouldn't bet on it.
This guy just got to meet him, and we got some info on the download.
Yeah, we were talking last night, and had some good information. Actually, a little secret. I mean, it's no secret because it's all good. I'm the one who shared the New York Times article.
What's come out of you?
And I woke up to that today. I was like, "Go get him! Go get him, Cyborg!"
Release the hounds.
Oh my gosh! So I would just tell you all to stay tuned. Is all I'll say about that. Yeah, man, good stuff ahead. 2021. Thank you guys for being here in 2020. I may end up doing some kind of thing tomorrow, but we'll probably do a countdown. So if you want to be here for the countdown, I know that we did. Oh, hey! So
Maggie Mellon said that.
I was talking, Ryan. I was talking to Nicotina last night because he said that like you guys were thinking about doing something, and I was telling him it's like if we want to do something, we should probably to like make sure that we're all in on it. You know what I mean? So like we're not pulling away from each other. If we wanted, we could do something maybe like what we did when you guys were here, and have like Dawson or somebody else like just stream it out over all their stuff, over all of our stuff. You know, if we wanted to do something like that, I don't know, we could talk about it.
Okay.
But I thought that might be fun. We usually do like the last half hour leading up to the new year, and then celebrate the new year real quick, and then and then we're done. But yeah. So if anything else, we'll be back here at the Poindexter Lounge. I don't know who else has got stuff planned, but we'll be back here at the Poindexter Lounge tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. For the countdown to midnight.
In our little arcade.
What's up, Pelican? Good to see you in here, Pelican.
Do top games of the year.
Oh yeah, Isaac has a good idea.
You top games of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You could do top games of the year.
Especially since there's more games than movies this year.
True.
Yeah.
Did I miss part one? Oh, I did. Says I love. What's up, Drab Walker? Says I love the third Austin Powers. You're very toy.
Okay.
My bro done his leg a while back, and you know that scene where Austin Powers is trying to reverse that mini car. And then down here, let me come to the second one. He says my bro was trying to reverse a shopping bike in a disabled toilet, and he said he was exactly like that Austin Powers scene.
Dang. Why didn't put it in the coffee pot?
One step. That ain't true, man. That ain't true. Ray ain't done. There's like Transformers. There's more than meets the eye. Just say that. That's all I'll say about that.
He's laying low.
Prestige worldwide. Putting in the man hours for you.
Security.
He's having a wine mixer.
But no, I did Paranormal Activity, Saggy Melons. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity is my jam.
Fun to say like Tom Hanks ballsack.
Heck yeah. But love you, Ryan. Ryan had to go real quick. But no, I was just gonna say. So mine and Tiffany's one of our first dates was we went out to go to a Weird Al Yankovic concert, and then one of our second dates was we ended up watching Paranormal Activity together. And so the Paranormal Activity.
To this day, I cannot sleep in the bed with my foot outside the blanket because of that movie.
Yeah.
And did you get nightmares when you listen to Alapalooza?
Alapalooza. Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild.
I had that on cassette.
Oh, nice.
Memories.
What was really awesome was actually taking the three boys to one of the casinos that are around here to see Weird Al. And we've got our youngest kids that are just like singing all of the old songs, singing the Star Wars. They were singing
every time I hear American Pie.
But it was awesome too, because didn't they start that concert with because he's happy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He started off with Tacky. And it was cool because he started just like in the music video for Tacky, where he's like walking through the whole different place, whatever. He started it backstage and walked through the casino singing it, and was like walking past people and stuff. It was pretty awesome. Saggy says here it's a VR game. Paranormal Activity: Lost Souls is going to be horrifying. I watched gameplay and I don't do scary games. I'm petrified, but Gotta do it for the stream. LOL. Gotta do it for the stream.
You've got to try.
Commitment.
What's that game that you play? Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, Draft Walker. Says it's countdown tonight for me in Australia. But
yeah,
sorry
my
to
brother
say,
plays that game. He really likes it.
When I build my PC, that's one game I'm gonna get right off the start.
Yeah, mine's a little slow. I want to upgrade it to where I can do VR.
Landon has the Oculus Quest 2, but he's waiting on a piece for his computer, and he hasn't played it in VR. But we want to watch him when he first does because he's gonna pee his pants.
I love Darth Tasty and Pelican. They're continuing a conversation from that has literally been going on for months. Is the hunt for Mike Zero. Like they were joking about months ago that like one day they're just gonna stop and they're just gonna drive up to where is he at? Is he in New Jersey?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think he's in I think it was New Jersey that he's in. Darth Tasty just told Pelican because Pelican is there. He says, "I've got nothing to do tomorrow. You want to go find Zero? I got my stimulus check. I've got gas money." The Pelican says, "LMAO, I can't tomorrow."
No, honestly, the mission, if you do, find out if that dartboard's real and find out if he really does have bullseyes in there.
You know what? I would love Long Island. That's right. He's in Long Island. That's right. I would seriously love to go along for that thing and like find him like pumping gas or something like that and just like film walking up to him and be like,
man,
it's been noted, Mike, that and just like look at him.
And then just have somebody come up to him and like totally mark out. Like, oh my God.
It's Mike Zero.
You're Mike Zero.
Mike Zero. The quest for Mike Zero. I might have to shoot a Mike Zero tonight. Or Mark Uno tonight.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, hey, love you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us today. It's been fun. Hey, keep watching movies. Keep loving the things that you love. Don't let anybody tell you that the things that you love don't matter. Thank you to all of our members. Got some awesome members here.
More and more.
Absolutely.
Ray Liotta?
What's that?
We have Ray Liotta as a member?
Yes. Yeah, well, Tony. I mean, he looks like Ray Liotta. So.
Canadian Tony.
Yes, Canadian Ray Liotta. And then, of course, all of our wonderful Patreon subscribers. You guys are awesome. Which Brian, Master of None, is a member of both. Look at that.
Nice.
Heck yeah, Brian's an awesome guy. And so thank you guys. Thanks everybody who supports the channel and has supported the channel this year. We definitely appreciate your support, and we love you, and it helps us do what we do here. And so we're very, very grateful for sure. Like I said, until next time, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. You just keep loving the stuff that you love, and you know what? Treat everybody else with respect as well. And if you do that, you'll always have a place here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, stay nerdy.